Bollywood drug chats, and Times Now's newsbreak has been confirmed. It now appears that Deepika Padukone was the admin of the WhatsApp group. A sensational new disclosure has come to light that Deepika Padukone was the admin of the WhatsApp group where they were discussing maal. So let me go across to Tamal Saha. Mohit is also joining us. Tamal, to you first. Tell us about the sensational disclosure that Times Now has been time and again saying that Deepika is going to be key to cracking the nexus.
Well, that's right, Meghna. This is the exclusive bit of information we are learning from our very credible sources that these WhatsApp chats have been leaked, or rather presented before the NCB with a purpose by none other than Jaya Saha. Now, Jaya Saha apparently has told NCB that Deepika Padukone was in constant touch with Karishma, and she in a way has blamed Karishma for trying to oblige all the requests of celebrities, to an extent even procure drugs for them. She had even suggested that it was Karishma, even though minded she is part of the same talent management company, that it was Karishma who used to procure drugs for Deepika Padukone. That only goes on to prove one point. Number one, Deepika Padukone was indeed part of that WhatsApp group. She probably didn't know that these WhatsApp chats are now being preserved or had been preserved. People had taken screenshots for future reasons, best known to them. But what you are learning from NCB sources, that Jaya Saha had revealed that such conversations had happened between Karishma and Deepika Padukone. In fact, upon being grilled, as per sources, on the second day of examination, mind you, Jaya Saha had come down to the NCB guest house. She had appeared thrice. On the second day of her examination, it was she who had revealed that she too has all these chats, conversations, and she had showed them. And that's how Karishma Prakash's name and Deepika Padukone's name had cropped up in the course of the investigation. That apart,
right.
But you're also learning that NCB sources do suspect that Jaya Saha could have conspired to drop the name of Karishma, drop the name of Deepika in order to absolve herself, in order to absolve the company, and try and impress upon the investigation that they were simply trying to keep the request.
Oh, that's very interesting. Jaya Saha is the one who's singing during this interrogation. She's the one who's named both Deepika as well as Karishma. But Mohit Sharma, if I can come to you, what was being discussed on this group, this WhatsApp group, and who all were part of it?
Well, Meghna, this information that has come to fore is something that our colleague Tamal Saha has procured. Now, the entire conversation is something that the NCB is still probing about. They're still trying to figure out as to what all was really discussed and whether or not these chats were in the right order or not. They're trying to understand the chronology of events as well, whether or not these messages have been specifically pulled out or not, and in fact whether these were of those people which they are being alleged of. So that is something that the NCB is still trying to figure out. But definitely, this is a shocking revelation that has now come to fore. Tamal Saha is our colleague who's brought it out. And what we can tell you right now is that the NCB is trying to figure out all the nooks and corners of this chat group as well. They're trying to understand, whether this chat group still exists, whether or not, these conversations really happened, or, is it a made up conversation or not? Because, mind you, since it's a WhatsApp conversation, we've seen that in the past as well, there have been several such chats which have come to fore. Some of them which were in fact very prominently played on our channel as well, and those were the real reasons why the NCB in fact even came out and started to probe a certain bigwigs of Bollywood as well. Now the whole attempt here is to first and foremost see whether it was in fact Jaya Saha or others who had revealed these chats.
So who all were part of the WhatsApp group, and how many of them knew who was asking for it, who was procuring, and who was supplying other questions? Mohit Bhatt as well as Imran Khan are joining us. Mohit, if I can come to you first. Karishma, even as we speak, is being interrogated by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Has she admitted to any of it? Any inside details you're picking up from her interrogation?
Dimple, you see, as of now, as Tamal Saha put it out, that Jaya Saha, when she was being confronted with the evidence by the NCB and she was being questioned by the NCB again and again, she took name of Karishma and tried to put all the blame on Karishma. And when Karishma was asked about it and she wanted a break, she broke down. This is what Tamal has been reporting. So clearly, as of now, she hasn't accepted the fact that yes, she was into the procurement of all these banned narcotic substances for Deepika or for the other A-listers. But we know for a fact that how in the chats that we have also accessed, there was the talk or there was a conversation regarding the procurement of these banned substances. But and that is why Karishma has been called by the Narcotics Control Bureau, and she was the one who was managing Deepika Padukone, and she was the one who used to work under Jaya Saha in the same talent management company where Jaya Saha was heading the talent management operations. And we know for a fact that how others also have been called in by the Narcotics Control Bureau on tomorrow. We know for a fact that Shraddha Kapoor also has been called by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Her manager Jinal also features in that particular chat where Jaya Saha says that yes, she will be giving CBD oil to Jinal and then she will be giving it to Shraddha Kapoor. So all of this is interlinked. The questioning of Jaya Saha has been very important. She has spilled some beans, so we have to wait and watch what exactly will happen. But right now I'm reporting from the Ballard Estate office of the NCB, and you can see towards that side is the office where as of now the questioning of Anubhav Chopra and Kshitiz Prakash is going on. Now these both are working with a big production house over here in Mumbai, and what we are getting to know from our sources is that the peddlers who were being arrested by the Narcotics Control Bureau during their investigation, they have taken name of Kshitiz and Anubhav, and that is why they have been called here. None other than M.A. Jain and the Zonal Director of Narcotics Control Bureau, Sameer Wankhede, are inside. They are themselves questioning these two individuals. We know for a fact that how one lady has also been called for the questioning. We don't know the identity of that particular lady as of now. So clearly, the crackdown on the larger nexus which is prevalent in the Bollywood of the drug cartel is going on, and hence we see one executive producer.
So this is huge. Times Now told you that there are drug charts which we've managed to access and put it out to you. Of course, we don't know what really is the veracity of this chat, if this is going to be enough to get any conviction. But what is huge are these revelations coming out that Deepika was the group admin of the WhatsApp, where Jaya Saha says that she had sought and asked for procurement of drugs. These are the allegations which are coming in ahead of Deepika's interrogation tomorrow.